Our planet is full of beautiful places. People have built mountains, forests, oceans, and cities over thousands of years. But some places feel different, places where strange things happen. Some of them confuse scientists, some create fear for locals, and some remain unsolved even today. These locations are real. You can find them on a map. Yet the stories around them make many people feel uneasy. Here are 7 of the most disturbing, mysterious locations on Earth. First is Hoia Baciu Forest in Romania. This forest is often called the most haunted forest in the world. It sits near the city of Cluj-Napoca and covers around 700 acres of land. At first, it looks like a normal forest. Tall trees, quiet paths, and thick vegetation. But many visitors say the atmosphere feels strange as soon as they enter. People who walk inside the forest often report feeling sudden anxiety. Some say they hear whispers when nobody is around. Others say they see lights floating between the trees at night. There are also many reports of electronics suddenly failing. Cameras stop working. Phones lose signal. Batteries drain faster than normal. The strangest part is a clearing in the center of the forest where no trees grow at all. The ground looks normal and fertile, but plants refuse to grow there. Scientists tested the soil and found nothing unusual. For decades, people have tried to explain the strange stories. Some believe it is only imagination caused by the dark environment. Others think there may be unknown natural forces affecting the area. But even today, Hoia Baciu remains one of the most mysterious forests in the world. Next is Aokigahara Forest in Japan. Aokigahara sits at the base of Mount Fuji. The forest is very dense, and the trees grow so closely together that sunlight struggles to reach the ground. Because of this, the forest is extremely quiet. Many people say the silence feels unnatural. Compasses also behave strangely here. The volcanic rock under the ground can interfere with magnetic signals, which makes navigation difficult. Visitors can easily get lost if they leave the main trails. But Aokigahara is disturbing for another reason. Over the years, the forest became known as a place where people go during moments of deep sadness. Because of this history, warning signs are placed near the entrance, encouraging visitors to seek help and talk to loved ones. Local patrol teams regularly walk through the forest to help people who may be in danger. Despite the heavy history, many scientists explain the strange feelings people experience in Aokigahara through natural causes. The dense trees block wind and sound, creating an unusual silence that can affect human emotions. Still, the forest carries a powerful and unsettling reputation around the world. The third location is the Darvaza gas crater in Turkmenistan, often called the Door to Hell. In the early 1970s, Soviet scientists were drilling for natural gas in the Karakum Desert. During the operation, the ground collapsed beneath their drilling site. A massive crater opened, releasing dangerous gas into the air. To prevent the gas from spreading, scientists decided to burn it. They believed the fire would last only a few days. But the fire never stopped. More than 50 years later, the crater is still burning. Flames rise from the hole day and night. The pit is around 70 meters wide and filled with glowing fire. At night, the crater lights up the entire desert sky. The constant fire, the heat, and the deep roaring sound make the place feel almost unreal. No one expected the flames to continue for so long. Even today, scientists still debate the safest way to stop the fire. Until then, the Door to Hell continues to burn in the middle of the desert. Next is Overtoun Bridge in Scotland. At first glance, the bridge looks peaceful. It was built in 1895 and sits near a beautiful old house called Overtoun House. The structure crosses a deep ravine surrounded by trees. But the bridge became famous for a very strange reason. For many years, dogs have mysteriously jumped off the bridge. Reports of these incidents began around the 1950s. Dozens of dogs have fallen from the same side of the bridge, often from nearly the same spot. Even stranger, some dogs that survived the fall reportedly climbed back up and jumped again. This led to many strange theories. Some locals believe the area is haunted. Others say the bridge sits on a place where the physical world and the spirit world connect. Scientists later studied the bridge to understand what might be happening. One possible explanation involves animals that live below the bridge. Small mammals such as minks release strong smells that attract dogs. Dogs with long noses have a powerful sense of smell. When they detect the scent, they may run toward it without realizing the edge of the bridge is right in front of them. From a dog's eye level, the bridge wall may look like flat ground. While this explanation makes sense, the mystery of the bridge still attracts curious visitors today. The fifth location is Skinwalker Ranch in the United States. This ranch sits in the state of Utah and has been the center of strange stories for many years. Local Native American legends describe a creature called a skinwalker, a shape-shifting being said to bring fear and chaos. In the 1990s, a family that bought the ranch reported a series of disturbing events. They claimed to see large, wolf-like animals that did not react to bullets. Strange lights appeared in the sky above the land. Some witnesses also reported seeing objects that looked like portals opening briefly in the air. Because of these reports, scientists and private researchers later purchased the property to investigate. Cameras, sensors, and monitoring equipment were placed around the ranch. Over the years, researchers recorded several unusual events such as unexplained lights, strange sounds, and sudden electromagnetic signals. However, none of the events has been fully explained. Skeptics believe many of the stories may be misunderstandings or exaggerations. But the ranch continues to attract attention from both scientists and mystery hunters. The sixth location is Centralia in Pennsylvania. Centralia used to be a normal mining town. In 1962, a fire started in an underground coal mine beneath the town. At first, the fire seemed small, but it slowly spread through tunnels deep underground. Coal fires are extremely difficult to stop because they can burn for decades. In Centralia, the fire continued spreading beneath homes, roads, and buildings. Soon, dangerous gases began escaping from cracks in the ground. Smoke rose from the earth, the land became unstable in many areas. Because of the danger, the government decided to relocate most residents during the 1980s and 1990s. Today, Centralia is almost completely abandoned. Some roads are broken and cracked from the heat rising below. Steam sometimes escapes from the ground even now. Experts believe the fire may continue burning underground for more than 200 years. The empty streets and silent houses give the town an eerie atmosphere that attracts urban explorers from around the world. The final location is the Kola Super Deep Borehole in Russia. During the Cold War, scientists in the Soviet Union started a massive scientific project. Their goal was simple but ambitious: drill deeper into the Earth's crust than anyone had ever done before. The project began in 1970 on the Kola Peninsula near the Norwegian border. After many years of drilling, the hole reached a depth of over 12 kilometers. That makes it the deepest artificial hole ever created by humans. But the deeper the drill went, the more unexpected problems appeared. Temperatures underground were far higher than scientists predicted. At extreme depths, the heat reached around 180 degrees Celsius. The equipment could no longer continue. Eventually, the project was shut down and the hole was sealed. However, strange rumors began spreading years later. Some stories claimed that microphones lowered into the hole captured disturbing sounds deep underground. These claims were later proven to be false recordings made from movie sound effects. Even so, the idea of the deepest hole ever drilled into the Earth still feels unsettling. The thought that humans drilled so far into the planet yet still barely scratched the surface reminds us how little we truly understand about the world beneath our feet. Our planet still holds countless mysteries. Some of them may one day be explained through science and research. Others may remain strange stories passed down for generations. And somewhere out there, new mysterious locations may still be waiting to be discovered.